A dominating performance yesterday by the Spartans gave them this chance to compete for a 3A state championship. 60-38 the final over North Chicago in the semifinal game yesterday. These guys are fast and crafty. Expect to see more of that today. And I'm joined now by head coach Lawrence Thomas. Coach, Morgan Park, a tough task today. What is it that makes them so good?
Oh, they have everything. They probably have two of everything, but we can only concentrate on one possession at a time. If we win every possession, we'll have a great chance to win in this game. We can't worry about what they have. We just have to lock in and make it about the individual possessions, offensively and defensively. We'll take our chances.
An opportunity to do what's never been done at your school. What was the message to the guys?
Just exactly that. These opportunities don't come often. Max out, have fun, and compete, and our kids are ready for that.
What was the prep like last night leading up to today's game?
We just let them chill, let them relax. These are 14, 18-year-old kids. This experience is for them and about them, so we didn't want to take that away from them. But it was pretty contained. We contained it. It was controlled. The weather was nasty, so the kids just stayed around. So they're ready. They're ready.
They play fast, you play fast. What are you looking for in the pace in today's game?
We want to play at our tempo, not their tempo. We play fast, but by the same token, we run half-court things too. So as long as we control the tempo and don't just let it get in an up-and-down game, we'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. Good luck today. We will be back to preview this 3A state championship game here at Carver Arena in Peoria.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Springfield Southeast team, Terrion Murdoch's the 6-foot junior with the Kyrie Irving-inspired handles. In yesterday's semifinal, he had 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. He got to the free throw line 12 times because he is just so quick and crafty. He will set the tone for this Spartan team. And for the Mustangs, yesterday it was Cam Burrell that stepped up, 10 of 11 shooting from the field, a double-double for him as well, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and he is one of the talented Morgan Park seniors that makes this team go. In just a few minutes, the 3A state championship game. I am Katie Wingy. Welcome inside Carver Arena, where we have the 3A state championship on the way. Springfield Southeast taking on Morgan Park. Inside Carver Arena, the final two 3A teams are preparing to go to battle for the title of state champions. For Morgan Park, they are looking to repeat. Springfield Southeast looking to make history for their school. With that, I will bring in my broadcast partners, Lee Hall and Tom Dorr. Guys, these two teams look to create a lot of offense from defense. What do you expect in this one tonight?
All right, Katie, thank you very much. Well, yeah, we expect a lot of that. These are two teams, speaking of expectations, that expected to be here. Number one and defending state champ Morgan Park against second-ranked Southeast.
How can you ask for more than two teams that have played so well all year, have improved all year? Both teams had a little injury problem in the middle of the season with their star guards, but both teams are full strength and ready to play in what should be a terrific state championship game.
And when you get to this level, to this state championship game, you want your best players leading the way, and that's the case for both squads, beginning with Southeast.
Yeah, let's first talk about Terry Maddox. What a wonderful player this guy is. He did everything yesterday. 19 points, 13 rebounds. And I love the comment from Coach Lawrence Thomas. We had it on live. Honorable mention All-State? Yeah, right. He knows that there's a little chip on the shoulder in Southeast Springfield, and they're ready to knock that chip off. When you're talking about star players, let's go to the other side in Morgan Park. Top 30 player in the country, All-State, senior, captain of everything there is, and going to the University of Illinois, Ayo Dosunmu has been terrific for his team. He had the same injury problems, missed about half of the season, and is just now really rounding back into shape. Two terrific star point guards going against each other for the state championship game. Lee, I don't know how it's much more fun than this.
Or brought home a state championship for the Public League a week ago. Morgan Park will try to do the same and win their second in a row. Southeast looking for their first title ever when we come back.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
Too tight-headed! Yeah!
You wouldn't do it there.
Hey! Oh.
So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
First, it was the love of your life. Then, the promotion you deserved. The daughter you planned for. And the son you didn't. Now you're ready for a new home. So how do you properly protect all this? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
You work hard, and you want to see your efforts pay off, literally. Whether you're dreaming of retirement, growing your business, or leaving a legacy for future generations, at Busey, we help you realize the possibilities of tomorrow. We listen to your needs and goals to create a sound strategy for you and your family. Enjoy the achievements of your life and work. We'll handle the rest. Busey, your dream, our promise.
2018 IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you by Country Financial. Take simple steps at countryfinancial.com/simple steps. And by Biaggi's, where carryout is just another one of our specialties.
State championship basketball coming your way from Peoria. Springfield Southeast against Morgan Park. Tom, this game, I would imagine, be played at a pretty quick pace.
Yeah, I've got to think it will be. And what's interesting now for Morgan Park, they would like to keep the Springfield Southeast Spartans, they want to keep them going a little bit slower than they'd like to. They want to just drop that 5th gear down to 4th gear. And that's a real concern for them. They realize that when Murdoch gets going, he's a guy that can put points up in a hurry. And when he does, that's going to hurt them.
Morgan Park 24-9 coming in. Southeast 29-3. Let's go to our PA announcer, Paul Herzog, as we get ready to start the 3A state championship game here from Peoria.
State Series competition. Today's Class 3A championship game for 2018 features the defending champion Chicago Morgan Park Mustangs 24-9 and Springfield Southeast Spartans 29-3. And now to Honor America. Please remove your caps and pause for a moment of silence as we remember the men and women of the armed forces serving us here and around the world, away from their families, protecting our freedom. Thank you as we thank them. And now please address the flag with your hand over your heart as Miles Wadlington, a senior at Belleville West High School, leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, let's meet the starting lineups for this championship game. At a guard for Morgan Park, a 6'4" senior, 11, Ayo Osunmo. At a guard for Springfield Southeast, a 6' junior, 4, Terrion Murdoch. Another guard for the Mustangs, a 5'10" sophomore, 22, Marcus Watson. Another guard for the Spartans, a 5'11" senior, 11, Kobe Medley. The third guard for Morgan Park, a 6'1" senior, 23, Kenyon Dooling. The third guard for Southeast, a 5'11" junior, 32, Stefan Sims. The fourth guard for the Mustangs, a 6'4" sophomore, 44, Adam Miller. At center for the Spartans, a 6'7" junior, 34, Michael Tyler. At a forward for Morgan Park, a 6'6" senior, 3, Cam Burrell. At a forward for Springfield Southeast, a 6'3" junior, 21, Anthony Fairley. Head coach in 10 years at Morgan Park, Nick Irvin.
There you have today's starters. Springfield Southeast comes to us from Sangamon County at an enrollment of 1208 out of the Central State 8 Conference. Superintendent Jennifer Gill, Principal Lynn Williams, AD Fred DeVoe. Morgan Park back at it. They have been to state 5 of the last 6 years out of the public league in Chicago. Janice Jackson, the CEO, David Gilligan, the principal, Michael Berger, the athletic director. And the pregame sportsmanship encounter between both teams coming in here.
It looks like there's a lot of Morgan Park fans, but I think it may also have something to do with St. Patrick's Day. A lot of wearing of the green around here.
Ah, yeah.
There's Coach Thomas, 10 years. Told the story yesterday. 30 years in corporate America, retired, just wanted to be an assistant coach. He was real happy to be an assistant coach, to do what he loved. You know, you finish out your career, and now he's the head coach. And, of course, 10 years, Nick Irvin has never won fewer than 23 games in a season. Wow.
And our officials for today's championship game, John Masaglia, Michael Daniels, Robert Horvath, all came over and shook hands with us before the game. They're a friendly bunch.
Until after the game, when they hear all the things we say.
And there's the hardware right there at center court. Changed up the trophy a little bit this year.
I last played high school basketball in 1975, and I see that trophy, and it still gets a little tingly with me.
Oh, yeah.
I still feel the excitement of playing for that trophy.
A lot of anticipation going into this one. Number 2 Southeast. They were number 1 in the poll last week, or last month rather. Morgan Park, number 1, the defending state champs. VIP crowd in the front row. Brian Wardle of the Bradley head coach is here. Brad Underwood, the Illinois coach, is here to see Io DeSumo. And we are underway.
And several others.
Among others, yes indeed.
Southeast comes out in that 1-3-1 zone. And the first shot from Burrell is blocked. And here comes Murdoch.
Tyler with the block for Southeast. Murdoch goes to work right away, gets it inside, gets it back on the tip back from Tyler. And Southeast scores the first points of the 3A state championship game. Adam Miller, the former Peoria Manual Ram, right at home in the corner. His 84th 3 of the year.
I'm anxious to see the defensive matchups here. DeSumo on Murdoch.
Tyler with it, and a foul on Dooling. And now the officials, there was a little bit of a tie up there as the players walked away.
Yeah. Marcus Watson and Murdoch. I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup. Watson can play defense. And Murdoch, we saw yesterday, has got unbelievable footwork.
Fairley, a tough shot high off the glass for Anthony Fairley, 16 points a game. DeSumo will try the 3. It's good.
And if he can hit that 3 consistently, make another one or maybe one more here in the first half, it spreads the whole floor for his team.
That's
now that 2-3 trap, high trap.
Sweet little baseline pull up for Kobe Medley, who had a tough shooting day yesterday.
You get the feel. This is a championship game.
DeSumo wants it again for 3. That one rattles out. And the rebound for Fairley, 8.5 boards a game for the junior. And the turnover. Here comes DeSumo trying to beat the crowd. And the Southeast folks wanted to carry DeSumo with the layup.
Watson and Murdoch almost involved in a wrestling match here. Watson is all over him.
Sims gets around the defense,
Great
gives it to
dish.
Tyler.
Oh, what a pretty pass. This is pushing your chest out. This is a little early pushing and shoving. You think you're the king, I'm coming.
Almost 3 minutes in, and we are tied at 8. Miller wants the NBA three, yes. Speaking of that, Nick Irvin says Miller is a one-and-done player in college. He's hit a couple of those now. Took him a while to get in the rhythm yesterday, but he was there from the get-go today. Murdoch tries to take it inside, and it's a 5 count. It's Miller and DeSumo, all 11 points for Morgan Park as they lead it early by 3.
By me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
For your
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
Pool of the day today.
I think that's dinner at my house tonight.
Morgan Park with the ball in a 3-point lead. Miller has it blocked that time. Loose ball. Murdoch comes out of there with it. Bentley trying to stay in bounds.
Now Murdoch's going to try and calm down a little bit. It got a little bit frenetic. Now let's see if they can run their offense with DeSumo, and DeSumo reached in, and as soon as you saw that right hand start to reach in, you heard that whistle immediately.
Both teams off to a good shooting start. Springfield Southeast 4 of 5, Morgan Park 4 of 6 from the floor, including 3 of 4 behind the arc. Last attempt for Miller blocked. Halfway through the first quarter, and this one is living up to its billing. Sims guarded by Doolin. Murdoch trying to give it inside to Fairley, and boy, there's a lot of arms and hands on the basketball from Morgan Park.
On both sides, there's a lot of hands, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism.
Fairley from the free throw line. He had 14 points, 17 boards yesterday in the win over North Chicago.
A lot to like about Fairley. Good range, doesn't try to do things that he can't do.
A state championship action. Lee Hall, Tom Dorr, Katie Wingy with you from Peoria. Here's DeSumo from 3. Made his first and then missed his last couple. And a tough time getting it across half court for Southeast. The arrow points in their direction. Big crowd here from Springfield. Carrying on, Southeast, it's their first trip, but for Springfield, they're carrying on great tradition.
Yeah.
Springfield High with state title wins, 3 title wins, and way back in 1917, 1935, 1959. Lanphier, of course, the state champs in '83. They made 3 other state championship appearances as well. Sims, a little hop step in the lane for 2.
He used the rim and the net as another offensive player to be able to screen out, brought it to that left hand and dropped it in. Very, very smart, very heady play.
Southeast, the 1-point lead. 5 different Spartans have scored. On the other side, DeSumo and Miller, the only players to score for Morgan Park.
Cam Burrell has been very quiet.
Had a big game yesterday, 22-10, and only missed 1 shot. He'll get a rest here as Tamel Pearson comes in. Pearson is 6'9", 230 senior who missed almost every game this year with an eye injury. Just came back in time for the super section. Sims bumped at half court by Miller. And now they're mixing things up as the officials aren't watching at half court. Same 2 guys.
Well, and Fairley and Dooling are also going at it. And the official right now is talking to the 2 of them. They've had enough. And I give these guys a lot of credit. It is time now to stop all the little chippy play. Just play basketball. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues that there isn't a technical or a double technical call. The officials are going to retain control of this game.
Murdix brings it across. A lot of talking from Dooling right there. Murdix turns it over. DeSumo the steal, and now a whistle on Tyler.
Despite the talking to by the officials,
doesn't seem to have had any effect.
No, nothing changed. It's a championship game. You're going to give everything you got. However that everything is, you're going to give everything you've got.
Dooling wants a 3. And that's Fairley skying for the rebound. He's got that left hand taped today. Medley for 3. Fairley with the rebound. And called for the travel.
Yeah, he hopped twice after the rebound. He got it a little bit off balance. And now Morgan Park's going bigger. Dooling comes out. Burrell comes in. So they add a lot of length here.
1:40 to play first quarter. It's been an exciting game from a basketball standpoint and elsewhere. And otherwise.
How about 7 rebounds to none? Morgan Park does not have a rebound. Of course, they're 4 of 9 from the field.
Southeast 6 of 8 at the other end.
This 1-3-1 zone I like. They communicate really well. The big key out of this, can you block out?
Burrell rattles in his first shot.
And now Morgan Park takes off that full court pressure. And they're going back to that trapping 2-3. Yep, that's what this is. This is that trapping 2-3. When do they come out? So you've got to kind of time this offensively.
Lawrence Thomas has not gone to his bench in this opening quarter. Fairley from the key. And Tyler, the good rebound, gives it back to Fairley. A tough shot won't go. Morgan Park almost throws it away. Instead, it's Miller from the corner. Yes! 3 threes from Adam Miller in the opening quarter, and it's a 4-point lead for the defending state champs. Murdix, tough shot. And here comes Watson for the finish at the other end. And Southeast lets it get away from him a little bit there at the end of the first quarter. And we have a collision at half court between Fairley and Pearson, and Fairley is slow to get up.
Walks off under his own power. I didn't see it.
A 7-0 run to end the quarter for Morgan Park. And concern with Anthony Fairley on the Southeast bench.
All this took was a pristine SAT, ACT, and GPA. Before that, a healthy dose of travel field hockey, volunteering, the arts, and 18 years of everything else. Sending a kid to college is overwhelming. But to solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
A 7-0 run for Morgan Park to end the first quarter, and the Morgan Park coaches liked what they saw. They want to see more of it here in the second.
Hey, when we get it, let's run. Everybody rebound. All 5 guys can still run, and we're still faster than they are. Let's turn it up on them right now, all right? Let's turn it up.
Running up that going crazy, all right? Let's go. Sprint back and find 11.
That's a sign of a really good coach. Your assistants are in the huddle, and their voices are heard. Those guys are the unsung heroes of high school basketball, aren't they?
College basketball and pro basketball, and yeah, absolutely. The assistant coaches make such a difference to any staff. And all you hear about is, let's say, college. Oh, this guy's a great recruiter. They've got to be also able to teach this game.
What did you see from Morgan Park there in that 7-0 run that you liked?
Really like the fact that they took some really good shots. They continue to move the ball.
That 3 from Miller is off the mark. Fairley for 3. It's good. Just his 11th 3 of the year.
Big bucket for them and a big 3. You get down 6, 7, 8, you kind of feel like, ooh, it's getting away. But now it's back to a 3.1 possession game. And I still think this zone can be effective for Southeast. The threes have been a big key.
Watson the miss, Burrell the rebound. His shot misses by a lot. And DeSumo the follow and the foul. He'll go to the line.
He can be so effective in that role of getting that offensive rebound and being able to finish. He's a good post-up player. He's so effective around the basket.
Murdix picks up his first foul. DeSumo to the line. And the accolades are many for this young man. Unanimous All-Stater, headed to the University of Illinois, a top 30 recruit in the nation. But he misses the free throw. 5-point game here, second quarter. Southeast trying to knock off the defending state champs.
Morgan Park now showing a little 1-3-1.
Barely spins into the lane, tough take, and he gets the whistle.
Nice spin by Fairley to be able to then find the basket. Had a lot of traffic around there, but that's a good shot right up near the bucket. Now 4 team fouls on Morgan Park.
Fairley's a 61% free throw shooter. One of the most athletic players here, according to Lawrence Thomas.
Yeah, that's hard to argue, right?
14.7 rebounds in the semifinal win over North Chicago. Four-point Mustangs lead. Dooling back in there. Long three from DeSumo is off, but Pearson chases down the rebound.
And a quick three. I think that'd be the thing the coaches would say is we can get that any time. That's a nice look.
Pearson spins into the lane, and he's called for the travel. Just the thought process to think about being able to make that play.
And if he had 2 or 3 more weeks of practice, I think he's able to make that play. Dooling will pick up the personal foul. They'll call him for a push.
And that's Stephon Sims. They call him Shake. He's able, and we've seen him get around a defender a couple of times now.
Dooling picks up his second. Checks out.
15 fouls on Morgan Park. Murdoch's with 1 field goal in the first quarter, hasn't scored since. Almost loses his balance, gives it to Tyler, turns around quickly. Fairley there for the follow.
Boy, they share the ball around the basket very effectively. And Fairley has been really good as far as cleaning up.
Burrell the follow.
Burrell just finds a way to get to the offensive backboard and put those back up and in.
Averages a double-double, 18 points, 13 boards a game. Fairley gets around Pearson but doesn't finish. And then almost got it back. Loose ball on the floor, Tyler. And now a jump ball, and it'll stay with Southeast. And if you want to see how physical this game is, look at Tyler.
They're not done at the bottom of that pile. This is closer to a fumble in football than it is a loose ball in basketball. At the bottom of that pile, there's a lot of talking, a lot of pushing. And again, I think the officials are stopping everybody and saying, guys, play basketball.
Look at Tyler. He's already got a swab up his nose.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan Park, the 4-point lead. Lawrence Thomas barks out a call from the Southeast bench. Medley for 3, it's good! Medley was 0 for 5 from the floor yesterday. He's got 5 points. And he makes it a 1-point game.
Medley's dad, an 82 grad, as Burrell got that blocked away.
Barely the block.
It is not for the weak of heart around the basket.
Southeast looking for a lead here. Murdoch's teardrop gets the roll.
Honorable mention All-State. Yeah, right.
Southeast by 1. Nick Irvin on the floor pleading his case as the Spartans take a 1-point lead midway through the second quarter.
Nick Irvin still pleading his case, finally walks away.
Medley from outside. A big boost for the Spartans there. He had 7 rebounds yesterday, but we mentioned he was 0 for 5 from the floor. It's the Spartans leading number 1 Morgan Park by 1.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Tomorrow, get a taste of summer with a rematch of the 2016 World Series. Watch the Cubs battle the Indians right here on NBC Sports Chicago, or stream the game live at NBCSportsChicago.com/watch live. Lee Hall, Tom Dorr, Katie Wingy with you, and we have got ourselves a heck of a ball game here. Number 2, Springfield Southeast leading number 1 and defending state champ Morgan Park by 1. Nick Irvin not too happy with some of the officiating there toward the end of that first half of the second quarter. Watson's wild layup is no good. Stephon Sims comes out of there with it for Southeast. It's an 11-4 second quarter edge for Southeast. Their starters have gone the entire way. Sumu gets the whistle and wedges one.
He is so effective going downhill. When he has the ability to penetrate and find an opening, he is so good at being able to make that opening a little bit bigger, like a running back going through that little hole, turns those hips just a little bit and is able to get that extra 2 or 3 yards. Iowa is just exactly like that. He's able to find a small opening, get through that opening, penetrate, and either finish or drop it to the right person.
And you know he has a little extra motivation today. He missed last year's title game with a foot injury.
Yeah, I talked to him after the game, talked to him and his dad after the game, and he really had a tough time. That was after semifinals when he got hurt, and he really was upset. Now full court pressure.
Medley in the corner. Barely the follow, it wouldn't go. And fighting for the rebound in there. It's Kyle Grover into the ball game for Morgan Park, and a whistle against Southeast. Foul was on Fairley, his first. He's still in that zone.
Looks like Southeast is ready to double the ball when they get an opportunity. As he called out, coach called out a little different defense.
Burrell from 10.
Nice dish from DeSumo again. Ayo found the right guy and delivered that right where you want it. You want to catch it just off that right shoulder so that you can go right up and shoot it.
Here's Murdoch hanging and shooting and scoring.
This is a heavyweight fight. Everything you'd want in a state championship game. Great players, terrific teams, great crowd.
Watson takes it to the glass.
We talked a lot about Watson and his defense. That's a really nice take with the left hand. There's that half-court double team.
And the splash for Fairley. DeSumo the other way, and he'll go to the line.
Blocking foul called inside, and DeSumo will get a chance to go to the free throw line yet again. Yep, good call. Very good call.
Dosunmu 2 of 3 today at the free throw line. He's headed to the Jordan Brand Classic All-Star Game in Brooklyn later this year. And headed to the University of Illinois next season.
Dosunmu with that lean in after he shoots it, going forward.
DeAndre Freeman is in the game, replacing Adam Miller.
Look at Coach Underwood. His assistant Chin Coleman, who's an assistant here at Bradley. Taking a close look at Ayo Dosunmu. Three-point lead for Morgan Park. The last break, there had been 2 ties and 6 lead changes.
Good patience so far. Nice
Sims
slip.
dribbles it off his ankle and falls. And now a whistle against Fairley. That's his second. Check that, it's on Robert Hayes. And it is his second.
Yeah, and Fairley, that would have been a big second foul.
Watson looking to take it to the glass again. Burrell there for the follow. He averages a double-double, 18 and 13. He's got 8 points.
Burrell's been quiet so far this afternoon, but
now Medley threw it to Fairley. Fairley didn't think it was to him, so he laid off, and it goes out of bounds, an unforced error.
yeah, it seemed like it was a little bit high for him.
1 minute to go first half. Morgan Park up 5. DeAndre Freeman into the ball game now, number 20 for Morgan Park, as Dosunmu splashes the long 3. He's got 14, his second 3 of the game. Biggest lead of the game at 8 for Morgan Park. And a foul will go against DeAndre Freeman.
They are really working to limit Murdoch's. Dosunmu just in rhythm, stepped in, step with the left, step with the right, shoot the basketball.
13-4 run for the Mustangs. Hayes with it at the elbow. Here's Fairley around the screen. Sims almost had it taken away. Dosunmu had his hand in there, and now Burrell the steal. Plenty of time for the Mustangs. They throw it off Murdoch's foot, behind the back to Sims. Layup, no good. Medley, the follow won't go. And time runs out. Morgan Park turned it over. Southeast had a chance at it, and they couldn't get it to fall. Look at the behind the back pass.
What a pretty pass. And you get worried. You hear those footsteps and you get a little worried instead of just making the layup.
I think Lawrence Thomas is asking about goaltending perhaps there. Let's go over to Katie Winge. She's with Nick Irvin.
Thanks, Lee. Coach, a physical first half to say the least. Is that what you want in this game?
I love grimy basketball. They play it into our hand. We want to run. We want to be physical. You know, we play the game right way. You know, we play what the officials taught us at the beginning of the season. Hands, but if they want to play it, we can play it. That's our basketball.
Going against their zone, you've been very patient. You've hit a couple threes. How would you at your floor?
Oh, we're doing a good job on that. We need to attack it more. We got to get markers more in the paint with a drive and kick because they convert to the ball a lot. So we're trying to get a lot of drive and kicks, and then the next drive, when we close out, drive it right back at them.
Thanks, Coach. Go dry off. Fun first half. Lee, back to you.
All right, it's the new Nick Irvin. He's lost about 10 or 15 pounds playing ball with guys at practice. And he is getting a workout, and so are these teams. It's been an exciting first half. Morgan Park on a little run here, headed to the half. They lead it by 8.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Inside Carver Arena, it is halftime of this 3A championship game. Right now, Morgan Park leads Southeast Spartans 35-27 in this one. Let's break down some of those moments in the first half. With that, I'm going to bring in my broadcast partner, Tom Dorr. Tom, Morgan Park really just playing Morgan Park basketball here today.
Boy, you couldn't have said it any better. I really like what Nick Irvin said about the physical nature of the game. Both teams want to mix it up a little bit, but he made a great point. If that's what they want to do, that's our style of basketball. Officials told them to kind of clean it up before the season. They didn't want to see much of that. But this is how Morgan Park has grown up. This is the tough kind of street basketball that they've played growing up. And the fact that they understand that and that Springfield understands that just means that it's such a fun game to watch. Katie, you and I played basketball for a long time. This is what a state championship game is all about. This is a fight. This is not just a friendly basketball game. This is I'll take your blood, and I expect you to try and take mine, too.
Yeah, if you're a basketball fan, you can't ask for much more than this for a championship game. But Morgan Park playing Morgan Park basketball, but Springfield Southeast is still in this game. Why?
Yeah, I think Fairley has been a big part of this. I think his ability to get open and not settle for the first shot. He's been really good about being able to pass the basketball back, hum around screens, look for that 12, 15-foot jump shot. Yesterday, I didn't know that he had that shot in his arsenal. Today, clearly, he has that shot, and his ability to find the opening and hit that little shot, it's not like he's got 18, 19, 20 points, but his points so far have come at really critical points. This is a terrific game. Just so much fun to watch, a state championship game that's so well played.
And not only well played, it's been an emotional game so far, very physical. What does it say about both of these teams that they've been able to keep their composure so far in this one?
It goes back to that first point. This is a toughness factor. This is again, you want to take this from me, you're going to have to work to take this from me. Both teams believe in their offense and their defense. I really like the 1-3-1 of Southeast. I think, I wonder if Morgan Park's going to be able to continue to hit the three-pointers like they have been. They've been terrific from long range so far, mostly Miller and DeSumo. Those two guys have been great from long range. If that continues, hey, it's hard to beat somebody when they're making threes like that. You see it in high school, you see it in college, you see it in the pros. But if that starts to cool off a little bit, now things change in that 1-3-1. They can get a little bit more aggressive in that. So we'll see what happens second half.
Thank you so much, Tom. We will be back halftime of this 3A championship game, the Mustangs over the Spartans so far.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
First, it was the love of your life. Then, the promotion you deserved. The daughter you planned for. And the son you didn't. Now you're ready for a new home. So how do you properly protect all this? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
You work hard, and you want to see your efforts pay off, literally. Whether you're dreaming of retirement, growing your business, or leaving a legacy for future generations, at Busey, we help you realize the possibilities of tomorrow. We listen to your needs and goals to create a sound strategy for you and your family. Enjoy the achievements of your life and work. We'll handle the rest. Busey, your dream, our promise.
Take a look at some of the first half stats in this 3A championship game. Both teams stepping up shooting-wise on this stage, shooting 50% apiece from the field. We talked about the three-point shooting for Morgan Park. They're 5 of 12. Tom mentioned they've been shooting the ball really well against that zone. Coach Irving said they're going to look to attack that a little bit more in the second half. Check out the rebounds, too. Springfield Southeast has been all over the boards, and we also talked about the pace in this one. The Mustangs, 7 fast break points. We will be back second half of this 3A championship game right after this.
By me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
If you were hoping for a battle in this 3A championship game, you've got it. Morgan Park right now leads Springfield Southeast 35-27, and things are just starting to heat up inside Carver Arena. We will be back 2 minutes until we resume play here in this 3A championship game.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All this took was a pristine SAT, ACT, and GPA. Before that, a healthy dose of travel field hockey, volunteering, the arts, and 18 years of everything else. Sending a kid to college is overwhelming. But to solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. If you're ready to start, we're ready to help. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
Moments away from the second half of this 3A state championship game, and I am joined now by Springfield Southeast coach Lawrence Thomas. Coach, an emotional game so far in this one. How have your guys been able to keep their composure?
We've done well for the most part. We let it get away from us a couple times, made rush decisions, but we'll be all right. We'll get it back together.
We talked about pace before this game. How are you feeling about the tempo so far?
I'm pretty happy with the tempo. You know, they want to get up and down the floor. We want to get up and down the floor, but when we want to get up and down the floor. So that's a different thing right there, but we'll be fine. I think I like where we are. We're ready to go at it these last 16 minutes. If it doesn't take more than that, we'll be there. We'll be ready for that too, but I like our kids and I like where we're at right now.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Lee and Tom, back to you guys for the second half of this 3A championship game.
Thanks, Katie. 5 3-pointers for the defending state champs in that first half, and 9-2 the points off turnovers.
Yeah, and 5 of 12 from three-point range against the zone is a big number. Because now you make it hard for them to stay in that zone. It's a close ball game, and they don't want to come out of it. They don't want to play man.
Burrell gets loose inside and draws the whistle on Tyler. That's 3 on the big guy, 6'7" junior Michael Tyler.
Got to be some communication there. You got to tell the big guy that he's coming. Hey, coming down below you, on your right, so that he knows he's there.
Burrell 10 of 11 from the floor yesterday in a 22-point, 10-rebound performance in a win over Marion Catholic.
And he's doing just what he does. He's got 9 points and 6 rebounds right now, on pace for 18 and 12, another double-double. Just such a strong, heady player.
Talked in the local paper today about yesterday being a bit of a rehearsal, kind of a tryout in front of a lot of college coaches who are here this weekend.
I think he can play D1.
Barely fouled. And I believe it's on Burrell. That's his second.
Like the take. Fairley is just fearless. Turns that corner, takes one dribble, goes straight up. He's a big reason that they're in this ball game.
952 career points coming into the day. He's got 13 in this one. Morris Thomas thinks he can play D1 at the next level.
I would not disagree. Great steal, but just couldn't quite hang on.
Sims with the great hands. Dooling unable to corral that pass. Here's Miller. Teardrop in the lane. Gets the bounce. And now the takeaway for Watson. There's that full court pressure. Watson actually doing it all by himself down there.
And very quietly, this has gotten to a double-figure lead. Springfield Southeast now has got to find a little offense and get a couple stops.
Medley for three.
It's in danger now.
Here's Dooling. Tough take to the hole. Bodies all over the floor. It'll be free throws for Dooling. And now a little elbow throw there from Fairley.
32, Stefan Sims.
It's an 11-point lead is the largest of the game now for the defending state champs.
Dooling at the line.
Kenyon Dooling headed to Tennessee State. Had 14 in yesterday's win, makes his first free throw.
Talked a lot about him yesterday. Dooling does so many things well. He's a really good post-up player. Very, very strong lower body. You can see the shoulders and the arms. He's strong upper body as well. But he can hold his position with that strong lower body. Make that move inside. He's really tough to guard.
13-point Morgan Park lead. That happened in a hurry. Southwest still without a field goal here in the second half. Inside to Tyler. It's broken up by Dooling. And here come the Mustangs. And then it's the steal for Southeast rather. Davis with the takeaway.
Spartans need a bucket, and I think they need to get something going to the basket. They need a little run here, and that's a big one. That's a big foul on Dooling.
His third.
Fouls on 23, Kenyon Dooling.
And he looks over at Nick Irvin and Lance Irvin, the two coaches right there, says, I'm okay, I'm all right, don't take me out, I'm okay. But that's a lot of time left here in the third quarter.
Marcus Watson right on Murdoch's. In his business, as they might say. Here's Tyler from the baseline.
Little short corner shot that didn't fall. And those shots that did fall earlier are not anymore.
And it's out of bounds. Medley with a lot of contact there, got away with it. And it's Southeast ball.
Spartans need a basket. Desperately need a basket right now.
Only 2 free throws here in the quarter for Southeast.
Dooling with a tough job there.
Murdoch's to give to Tyler. Tyler with 4.
Tyler from Murdoch.
Kusumu the shot fake. Now gives back out, but he's called for the charge.
Well, when they need a big play, Fairley has been there almost every time. Very smart play. I don't know if you heard Coach Thomas down here yell charge. As soon as he put the head fake up, Coach Thomas yelled out charge. And there's Fairley standing there taking that charge. Big, big play. As the run was going for Morgan Park. They got a nice, the Southeast got a nice little basket down here, and now they need to convert yet again.
And now a hold before the ball comes in bounds. That will go against DeAndre Freeman, his second.
Team foul 4.
somebody in his grill the whole game. Tyler, another short corner shot. That's working for him here.
Well, the good penetration sets it up. And then the easy pass. Oh,
my. Camberell on the alley-oop. He's got 11.
Great passing against that full court press.
Yes, I do have to give residual to Dave Snell. I've always wanted to do that. 11-point lead for the Mustangs. And they are feeling it with 4:51 to go in the third.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Peoria Awning, happily serving our community since 1893, offering a variety of commercial and residential awnings, boat covers, and more. Find us online at www.peoriaawning.com. 4:51 left in the third quarter, and it's Morgan Park taking charge here, would you say?
Yeah, they had a nice little 5-6 point run, whatever it was, and now up by 11, and it's kind of gone between 7, 9, 11, 12. It kind of stays in that area, and I think one of the keys for them is that they're attacking the basket.
Tamel Pearson into the ball game again, the UAB recruit. And it's Terrion Murdoch's at the line. They have really done a nice job on him defensively. But then you have to remember that this team went 7-1 with him on the sidelines with a broken thumb.
Yeah, they're better with him. He's an electric player.
Tied a Collinsville tournament record with 14 assists in a game.
And you can see why. Not only because he's got great passing abilities, but because he's also got really good people to throw it to.
Burrell strong to the hoop. Taylor the rebound, or the block rather, for Tyler.
Now they need a bucket. Right now they need a bucket. This would be huge.
And the splash from the corner for Damon Davis off the bench. He makes it a 6-point game. 2-possession game now. Burrell gives it up to Pearson. Gets fouled before he gets the shot off.
Pearson was working hard to post up there. Here's the block just from a minute ago.
Tyler with the defense. And then the other end. Bench points for Southeast. We haven't seen a lot of that today.
Pearson hadn't been to the line many times. Obviously, he just came back in the sectionals from that eye problem.
Suffered a detached retina rather in the first game and didn't play again until the super sectional. That 3 by Davis, the only bench points for Southeast in this game. Misses both free throws, an opportunity for Southeast to get within one possession here. Murdoch tries to give it inside to Fairley. Somehow he got the ball but can't get the layup. And it's out of bounds on Morgan Park.
Oh, and now a little pushing and shoving. That could be a tee on Pearson. Tamel Pearson, I think, is going to pick up a tee. Let's see what the official says. Double T.
Double T. Yep.
Remember I
You're
mentioned
right.
this earlier?
It's on Pearson and on Fairley.
Mentioned earlier, wouldn't be surprised to see the double T. Remember we talked about that in the first half? Not surprised at all. And then a hold on the inbound that is going to go off against the offense. And it's going to be Morgan Park ball.
It's on Tyler. That's his fourth. So the emotions revving up again here in the latter stages of the third quarter. And gave him a little headbutt there.
Yeah.
Kasumu brings it up against the double team and the whistle on Davis. Kasumu didn't look all that comfortable bringing it up.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Yeah, they're going back to that 1-3-1 zone. They'd gone to a 2-3 for a while. And let's see how aggressive they are with this 1-3-1. How much they come out and look for traps.
The three missed by Miller. They have not made a three in the second half, and the tie-up. And it'll be a jump ball and go to Southeast.
Well, we talked at the halftime, or just at the start of the second half, that 5 of 12 is a terrific percentage for threes. But that can come back to also be a negative when you start to rely only on those threes. If that happens, it could be a tough thing for Morgan Park. They've got to continue to attack the basket.
Murdix takes it strong to the hoop and gets the whistle on Watson. Free throw time for Murdix. He's got 8 points for Lawrence Thomas's team. Honorable mention All-Stater. Yeah, right.
It's one of the great comments that I've ever heard from a coach.
The 6-foot junior. Best ball handler in the conference, according to his coach. Helping lead his team to their first ever state championship game. He's got 10 now.
This is everything you want in a state title matchup.
Morgan Park led by 13. They turn it over. And now a chance to cut into that 4-point lead as Morgan Park a little loose with the basketball there. Dooling comes back in for the Mustangs. It's only the 7th turnover on Morgan Park.
It's only the third quarter. We've got another great quarter of this. Morgan Park goes back to that 2-3 zone. Now Southeast going to try and get set.
Medley for three. It's good. His second three of the game. And it's a 1-point ball game. A 10-0 run for the Spartans.
Just watching the communication for these two teams. Dooling started to go up and got fouled.
And now another double technical. At least that was the indication.
Yeah, that looked like he said double T. If that's the case.
No, I don't see any indication of it.
Now is he going to call the double T? Yep. Yep, double technical again.
So the foul was on Fairley. That's his third. And then you see the contact. That's technical worthy?
Well, you wonder if there was something said that created that.
Dueling at the line. 2 of 2 from there today. He is a physical presence inside. Nick Irvin calling him our Draymond Green.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
When Pearson was out, he really took over an inside presence for this team. The free throws give Morgan Park a 3-point lead here with 2:27 left in the third.
You're in June and you're lifting weights, you're in the weight room, you're out shooting shots, you're running stadium steps. That's what this is all about. That strength that you need, the endurance that you need, this is when that comes into play. When your legs are getting a little bit tired and a state championship is on the line.
Fairley skying for the rebound, had his shot partially tipped. Here comes Watson the other way. Trying to get to the hoop. Good defense by Murdix to create a problem on the way to the hoop for Watson. Number 1 versus number 2, and it is not disappointing at all.
No, not in the least.
Back and forth. Morgan Park led 42-29. Southeast has battled back. Almost turned it over. Now Murdix with it. Minute and a half to go here in the third.
Morgan Park has gone man, and with
Watson
that man,
all over
they've done very well.
Watson, the physical defense. And the takeaway for the Mustangs. DeSumo's 3 is well off the mark. Miller couldn't save it. 14 in the first half for DeSumo. He has not scored here in the second half.
You can start to depend on that 3 just a little too much.
5 of 12 first half. They missed both of their 3-point attempts in the second half. Hayes trying to get it into Fairley. He does. No shot. It was before the shot, and it'll go on Kyle Grover. It'll be bonus free throws now for Fairley.
You can see the whole key there was to get Fairley in front of the defender, in front of the basket, and then you're just looking to try and get him the basketball because he's so effective in that area.
Anthony Fairley, MVP at the Collinsville tournament at Christmas time. This is the front end of the 1-and-1. 3-point Morgan Park lead, final minute of the third quarter. Sumu takes it inside. The block call. He'll go to the line for the and one.
Saw that opening that we talked about before. Went down that right side. Watch him here.
And one for DeSumo.
4 on Hayes. Just as moments after we mentioned that he hadn't scored, he comes up with a potential 3-point play. 17 points for the All-American. 49-43.
Hand check. Yep, good call by the official.
Freeman on the defense. That's his third.
Paul Herzog, PA announcer, says both teams are going to be in the double bonus. Free throws could be a big part of who wins this game.
Murdix had made his first 4 attempts at the line before missing that one. Mike Irvin doing a little coaching on the sideline there with DeAndre Freeman, talking defense. Move your feet.
First thing you learn on defense, move your feet.
One thing to learn, and it's another thing to actually be able to do it.
Yeah, it is. Consistently, yep.
Dosunmu from the elbow. 19 for the senior. Morgan Park back up 7 now with just seconds remaining here in the third. Murdoch takes, no shot. Southeast one to the basket. Fouls on Watson. His third. And it'll be free throws again for Murdoch.
Yeah, clearly a foul. NBA, that's a continuation. You're going for a three-point play. See if Fairley comes out. Yeah, good move here. Great move by Lawrence Thomas to get Fairley just a little bit of a break, but also off the floor. You don't want to pick up that third foul here.
Murdoch splits the free throw. At the buzzer. It's good from Dosunmu.
The runner from half court, Ayo Dosunmu, taking over, knocks it down, and that is a three. Hey, it's a good way to finish at half.
Shouldn't you win a car for that? Dosunmu coming up with the three. He's got 22, and he puts Morgan Park up 9, headed to the fourth quarter.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at Carver Arena, 8 minutes left in this one. Morgan Park, a 9-point lead right after we mentioned that Ayo Dosunmu had not scored in the third quarter. Yeah. He rattled off 8 straight.
Yeah, he took over, didn't he? Fast break points, 14 zip. Morgan Park has really handled that basketball out on the break.
Katie Winge was doing a little eavesdropping. What'd you hear, Katie?
Well, Coach Irvin looked at his guys and said, we have done all of this running all season long. We did 10-and-1s. We did suicides. We ran miles. There are 8 minutes left. And then Kenyon Dooling looked at his teammates and said, guys, take me home.
Yep. You run sprints, you run stadium steps, you lift weights in June, July, and August. When all your friends are out doing something else. School starts in September. There are parties. There are all kinds of things to do. You're out shooting. You're out running the floor.
Southeast with the takeaway. And the whistle on Miller.
And that's what it's all about. All those sprints that you do, the stadium steps, the lifting weights, missing parties, they are so that when you get to the fourth quarter here, you're prepared to win.
Double bonus the rest of the way for both teams. Kobe Medley, 74% free thrower. He made 3 of 4 in the final 40 seconds in the super sectional win over Marion. Back to a 7-point game. Dasumu taking it all the way and drawing the whistle.
I think that's unfairly. Yeah, he came up from behind, gave him a pretty good push. That's a concern now.
That's his fourth with 7:04 left.
You can't lose him, obviously. I don't know that you can afford to take him out either.
I was just going to say, I mean, you know, you want to stay in the game as well. Dasumu the miss. Lawrence Thomas not going to his bench.
And that's a difference between Morgan Park and Springfield Southeast. Morgan Park is able to bring people off the bench to fill those roles. Southeast, a little thinner on that bench with the talent. They just can't afford to lose fairly. Morgan Park comes out with full court pressure now.
Burrell lands on his ankle. Medley hits the floor hard too.
Quite a collision going for that. Medley looking at his left wrist.
He's got his 2 fingers taped as well. He says he's all right. What else would he say?
Yeah, I'm not coming out.
Murdoch's with it, down 8. State championship on the line here. Murdoch pulls up, can't get it to go, and Dasumu comes away with the rebound.
Big possession here defensively for the Spartans of Springfield Southeast. They need a stop here, and they got to start to put a little run together. And Morgan Park is very happy to play half-court basketball.
Not a very good shot from Dasumu, but Kyle Grover is there to put it back.
Big putback for Grover. Morgan Park, as long as they can keep this 6, 7, 8, 9, now it's up to 10, they're in pretty good shape.
Inside to Fairley, the bucket and one for the junior. Two fouls on Kyle Grover, and look at Fairley going to work. The first team All-Stater.
Really nice move. Use the protection with that left shoulder and left hand, goes up with the right hand and drops it home.
Not a particularly good free thrower. He's 1 of 4 at the line today. Dasumu, 25 points. He took a little break, but he's come on strong here. Latter part of the third quarter and now in the fourth. Fairley's 3 is off the mark. Dasumu brings it across. And a whistle before the bucket, and Nick Irvin called timeout. Cost himself a couple of points there, but he didn't like the way things looked.
No, he didn't. He didn't like what he saw. The player was a little bit out of control, and he thought, let's take a timeout. And up 10, see, this is a really good time to talk to your team. Now you're able to go a little bit more. You're able to draw up what you want, and you're able to get one, you'd think, really good look here at a shot. May not go in, but you're able to get a good look at a shot. You make it 12 instead of 10, it's a little bit bigger hill for you, the other team, to be able to climb.
Morgan Park's been to state 5 of the last 6 years, and you see they're going for back-to-backs. They won back-to-back in 13 and 14. Gene Pingator and then Althoff Catholic. Nick Irvin trying to climb the ladder as far as coaches with titles. And he would move into a tie for second place with the great Ron Felling and Benny Lewis with a win here today. Tyrone Slaughter could do the same thing tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Rare coaching air.
Nick Irvin, great coaching background. His father started the Mac Irvin Fire. His brothers are involved in coaching. He's married to Whitney Young coach Cookie. Which his brother played at Mizzou and in the NBA.
Yep.
Byron.
Byron's a good buddy. Mizzou underground's pretty strong.
Got his brother Lance on the bench with him as an assistant coach. A few ticks over 5 minutes to go in this one. Morgan Park up 10.
They're very good at this.
DeSumo for 3.
And you don't need to hurry. You don't need threes if you're Springfield Southeast now. But you need to get good looks. You need to get penetration. You need to get good looks at the basket.
The free throw line wouldn't be a bad idea. Fairley is at the free throw line. It's not what I was talking about.
That's a good shot for him. He's a good shooter from there.
DeSumo and a reach will go against Murdochs. 4:21 left in this one. Morgan Park ahead by 10 as they seek their second straight state title.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
You work hard, and you want to see your efforts pay.
Anthony Fairley and Springfield Southeast trying to win their first state title. Fairley with 16 points to lead the way. Io DeSumo, the All-Stater, leading the way for Morgan Park with 25, including that buzzer beater at halftime. And it's been a physical game. A lot of bumping, a lot of talking. It's a 10-point game with 4:21 left. Does Southeast have another run in them? Morgan Park owning the paint, up 8 on points in the paint and 14 zip on fast break points.
Yeah, they've been terrific pushing the ball. They're great at finding the open man, and hey, this has been a heck of a championship game.
DeSumo with 25 points to lead all scorers. Slow to get started coming out of the halftime locker room, but he has come on strong since then.
Yeah, he hit that shot. He's been on a great roll here in the second half.
Southeast now down 11, trying to force it inside to Fairley. The defense was there. Miller got a hand on it. Now quickly ahead to Pearson, and he gets the whistle, and he'll go to the line. And if that's on Fairley, that's his 5th.
Let's see. Yep, he's done.
Fairley fouls out with 16 points and 10 rebounds.
And as important as that, a defensive presence. And he'll get a standing ovation from the Southeast fans. Well deserved. A junior.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come out of there. 16 points, 10 rebounds for Anthony Fairley, first team All-Stater. What a season for him and for this team. Pearson makes it a 12-point lead, 4:01 left.
So now if you're Morgan Park, you're thinking, okay, we've got to stay aggressive, but we don't have to shoot the ball quickly. If you're Springfield, it's getting to the point where you're starting to say, we need to score almost every possession. Don't need a three, but we have to get points every possession.
Medley, tough pull-up jumper off the backboard, the side of the backboard. Now it's Pearson, and broken up by Sims. Good hustle by Sims to break up what was going to be a showtime dunk from Pearson. Murdoch's. Sims gets it. He gets the bucket and the foul. Not over yet.
Not by a long shot.
Good effort on the glass for Southeast.
Miller picks up the foul.
That's 3 on Adam Miller.
And now they can get it below double figures.
Sims just a 58% free thrower. And we'll stay with Morgan Park on the miss. Dueling back in for Morgan Park. 3:25 left. 10-point game. Anthony Fairley, the leading scorer, leading rebounder for Southeast, is on the bench after fouling out.
And they're coming after Morgan Park here.
Watson brings it across.
They can play a little keep away here. And this is not designed just to keep time, just to let the time run. They're looking for a good shot. They're looking for a layup, but they're not going to be in a hurry to do anything.
A whistle on Murdoch's on the reach, his third. Thought he got away with one here.
You reach, you generally are going to hear that whistle. Even if it's clean, you're generally going to hear that whistle.
Six points for Desumu. Now 27. Nick Irvin said earlier this week that Desumu and Miller are the best backcourt in the country.
Yeah. Hard to argue. You know, we don't see every other backcourt, but it's hard to argue.
His 28 points breaks the 3A state title game record and makes it a 12-point game. Very symmetric. He had 14 in the first, 14 in the second. Under 3 minutes to go now. Sims with it. Medley for 3. The follow won't go, and it's a battle for the rebound. Julian gets it, and he's not about to back down from anybody.
No.
And that's going to be 5 now on Michael Tyler. So he will sit, and the depth has proven to be a factor in this one. There's just, they don't have that same kind of bench that Morgan Park does, and Dueling I'm not sure if he must have played football at some point in his career.
You would think, yeah. And if not, you've got to think there were football coaches saying, are you sure?
Right.
But Tennessee State will be very, very happy with that young man.
And not only is he a physical player, pretty good free throw shooter, 5 of 5 on the day.
Got good form, put a little arc on the ball. Good job.
Thank you. I did it in the three-point showdown too.
Not surprised. Murdoch's looking in. Boy, that's terrific defense. That's just terrific defense. And Nick Irvin gets a timeout.
And Nick Irvin's starting to feel it a little bit on that sideline from Morgan Park.
Yeah, that's a big timeout. They're up 13. And he's coming over to ask, how many timeouts do I have left? He's got the timeout situation under control. And now with 13 points up in the basketball, it gets to the point where Southeast is going to have to start to foul very quickly and make this a free throw shooting contest. Lawrence Thomas still pleading his case, and the official is willing to listen, but it isn't going to change any of the calls.
Well, Anthony Farrelly and Michael Tyler are not coming back. They both fouled out. Our Wintrust play of the game. DeSumo from half court at the buzzer. They have a contest next door at the March Madness Experience. The rainbow shot.
He didn't hit the backboard. He didn't hit the rim. Barely moved the net when that ball went through.
Brad Underwood has been pretty stone-faced over across the floor, but I'm thinking inside he has to feel pretty good about this young man.
Oh, yeah. 28 points, 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from the three-point stripe. Yeah, he's got a lot of everything to give.
Brings it across the floor and gets whistled for the offensive foul as Davis took a shot to the eye. Three on DeSumo. 2:05 left in this one. Morgan Park comfortably ahead. And the two big men, the two starter big men for Southeast have fouled out of this game. Sims bounce pass goes out of bounds and will stay with Southeast.
And you're seeing a little frustration on Southeast now because the pressure is being put on by Morgan Park. And you can see Nick Irvin, no fouls, but keep that pressure up. Continue to push. Do everything you can do to get in their passing lanes. Southeast needs a couple quick buckets here.
Murdoch's looking to give him one.
And he got fouled.
He gets called for the push. That'll be 4 on him. Murray and Watson have been going at it.
And you saw DeSumo grab him around the neck and talk to him for a second. That's captain. That's a senior captain who says, don't react, just play basketball. We're going to win a state championship. Just play basketball. Got to give a lot of credit to DeSumo. That was a really captain-like move right there.
Yeah, earlier this postseason, Nick Irvin said, you know, once we get our full roster, nobody in the state of Illinois, possibly the country, can beat us. We will win the state title. And they haven't been full strength all year. DeSumo missed time with a foot injury. Pearson was out.
Yeah.
But, this team, I think he might like another crack at Simeon and Curry and Whitney Young. He won't get it this year, but he is 143 away from getting a back-to-back state championship. Ooh, strong take, and it sounded like somebody hit their head on the floor.
Dooling
pushing Sims off of him.
Yeah,
He's just
allowing the offensive player to move off of him in a rather aggressive
manner, yes. That's 5 on Dooling.
Dooling is fouled out. 5 on Dooling.
And Nick Irvin gives him an applause. I love the kid. I like how he plays the game, what he brings to every game. This is a tough kid who can shoot a 3, who can post up, who can do so many different things. And you can see the appreciation. Nick Irvin tearing up a little bit as Dooling walks behind him.
Morgan Park's been to 5 of the last 6 state tournaments here in Peoria. They lost to Lincoln Way West in the 16 Super Sectional, and Nick Irvin is a competitive man. He said, I still think about that loss almost every day. And he uses that every day. He says, you know, if you're not focused, we can get beat. You have to stay focused. And they are a minute 35 away from a second straight state title and heeding their coach's words. Battle on the boards. Pearson gets it and is fouled.
Which what you've got to foul immediately. You've got to make this a free throw shooting contest.
That's foul on Terry Murdochs. So he has fouled out. Fairley has fouled out. 3 of the 5 starters for the Southeast Spartans have fouled out of this game. They made a heck of a valiant effort in this one. Down 13 at one point. Went on a 10-0 run and made it a 1-point game. A big hand from the Southeast crowd for Terry Murdochs, who will be back next year.
Think Southeast is going to be back next year.
I said it about Marian Catholic in the earlier game.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if they're not back. I think it'd be a surprise if these guys aren't back.
Yeah, exactly. Well coached, well disciplined. They play hard. They just ran out of gas in this one.
And this experience this weekend is going to help them, obviously, next season as they prepare to come back.
When you're out, I've said this a couple times, when you're out running stadium steps in June, when you're lifting weights in July, when you're taking shots in August, game shots, and doing the things that you need to do to win a state championship, you'll remember that after you win the state championship.
Damon Davis with the bucket. And Lawrence Thomas gets the timeout. Still doing a little coaching here.
Yeah, in his mind, this isn't done. A lot of people watching may feel like this is done. Lawrence Thomas is not giving up. If nothing else, this is a great teaching opportunity for him, for the people that are going to come back next year. This is an opportunity to go through, here's how we handle this situation. Here's what we do. We're going to foul, and then when we get it offensively, here's how we're going to attack. Because he is not going to show his team that he's given up. There is not a chance in the world that he's going to tell them that it's over, hey, don't foul, anything like that. There's still a minute and a quarter left. There is time left to at least make a little dent here. And again, if nothing else, this is an opportunity for him to do a little bit more teaching.
Our gift of hope, assist of the game, the alley-oop from Pearson to Cam Burrell. Burrell with 11 points in this one. The gift from Tamel Pearson.
So you come out full court pressure, you're looking first steal. That's the first thing you're looking for. If not steal, it's foul. Oh, you had Pearson with the ball, who struggled at the free throw line. Now they're trying to foul.
And they finally get it as Watson takes it to the hoop.
41, Robert Hayes.
That's 5 now on Hayes.
Not celebrating yet,
no,
that Morgan Park bench.
Conserving their energy. Robert Hayes, 6'4" senior, headed to McKendree University for football to kick and punt for them. Marcus Watson didn't score a lot yesterday, but he had 6 assists and 3 steals against Marian Catholic.
The student celebrations at both schools, at all 4 schools really, Monday or Tuesday, whenever that is, ought to be terrific. Get the students cheering, congratulating the students, their fellow students, on a successful run to the Final Four and a state championship, a runner-up, a 3rd place, a 4th place. It's a lot to cheer for, students, and I hope you have a great time this week celebrating with your teams.
Davis's 3 is off the mark, and look at the hustle.
You think there's under a minute
in a
left?
15-point game.
Heck no. And here's something else. You're playing for playing time next year. You want your coaches to recognize as Io comes out, and he ought to get a terrific. Oh no, Adam Miller comes out
first. Miller with 11, and a state championship for him on his return back to his hometown. Davis. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. He's got 7.
I would think Nick Irvin has got to get Io DeSumo out so that he can get the hand that he deserves.
And here it comes.
Ought to be right here. Yep, this ought to be what the move is right now to let Io DeSumo come out. 28 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 8 of 14 from the field. Io ought to get a terrific round of applause here. You may not be a Morgan Park fan, but you're a fan of terrific play. And this young man has done that for 4 years at Morgan Park. And if dueling brought tears to Nick Irvin's eyes, you can only imagine what DeSumo will do. And that's where he's going.
Yep, Brad Underwood with the poker face. Io DeSumo, more of a pass-first guy last year, but he helped take over this team. 28 points here today.
30 seconds left until the back-to-back coronation of Morgan Park.
And now the guys that don't see a lot of playing time are out there. Well, Watson gets it. He's seen a lot of playing time, and really a hard foul there.
Well, you heard
everybody seems to be okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Watson's slow to get
very
up.
slow. You heard him, and this will be a
intentional foul.
Intentional, yep.
Blue Robinson. Watson's slow to get up. And that's just dangerous. It'll be 2 free throws for Watson, and now they're starting to have a little fun down there.
Yep. His defense, not a lot of what he did is going to show up in the box score. His defense on Murdoch's today was terrific. He kept Murdoch's away from doing the things that he wanted to do. And Murdoch's had a heck of a game. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. There is nothing wrong with that. But what Watson did defensively was outstanding. Might have been the difference in this game. His ability to take Murdoch's out of what he wants to do.
And you could see Nick Irvin say, I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
Dunk attempt by Grover doesn't go. Davis after the buzzer, and it's back-to-back for Morgan Park. The Mustangs overcoming injuries this season. They were ranked number 1 in the final poll, and they back it up with their second straight state title and their 4th state title since 2013.
Celebration hugs all around for the coaches, managers, players, everybody associated with Morgan Park.
The enthusiasm of that guy right there, Nick Irvin, just an impressive man, and what he's done with that program and the leadership he brings to that program. And on the other side, a tough finish to a great season for Springfield Southeast. They won their first title at Collinsville. They were ranked number 1 in the state for the first time in program history. Won their first super sectional, their first state tournament, and made it to their first state championship game here today. So, and a lot of youth, as we talked about throughout the game. They got a lot of guys coming back for next year.
And a little bit of this also, I think, is going to go a long way in Springfield, in the city of Springfield, and for this school, for Coach Thomas and his program. You've got to think what now they have to build on. Yeah, they got a lot of tools coming back next year. But if you're a young man in Springfield looking to play basketball, there are lots of opportunities, lots of great coaching, and a chance to really do what you want to do.
Lanphier here a year ago, Southeast bringing home their first ever state trophy. Morgan Park beat Lanphier in the semifinals a year ago. They beat another Central States 8 team here today, beating Southeast 71-56. Our Country Financial Player of the game, well, he'll be wearing an Illinois uniform next year. Io DeSumo, 28 points in this ball game to put an exclamation point on his career at Morgan Park. 28 points and back-to-back state titles for Io DeSumo.
Terrific career, terrific player. Should have a lot of fun at the University of Illinois for Illini fans.
Let's hear from Io. He's with Katie Winge.
All right, thanks, Lee. Back-to-back state championships. You didn't get to play last year. You came out today with intention. How did you want to be remembered as a Morgan Park senior?
I mean, I just knew last year when I went down with my ankle injury, I told myself after that day I would get back. And then this one is a lot emotional for me because I'm coming back, and I did it with my team.
I want to ask you about your coach, who is somewhere around here. What has it been like playing for him?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, Nick get on me a lot. They yelled at me yesterday on the bus, but saying I wasn't a leader. But I just took it as constructive criticism. I just wanted to come out and just make them proud.
Coach, let's bring you in now. It says right there on your shirt, we take what is ours. How did you guys do that today?
Well, we Mr. Basketball, State of Illinois, came with his A game today. I got on him. I said, we're going to close together. We're going to finish together. He rallied the troops, and we got it done.
How special is this group of seniors?
Oh, this is a special group. We ran from day one. We lost a lot of games early on. Everybody counted us out. But one thing that was loyal to me, loyal to the program, and they stayed true to their word and got us the state championship.
Congratulations, you two. Go celebrate with your team. Oh, yeah.
Mama, we did it for you. I know you couldn't make it. Pops, that's 4, baby. That's 4, Pops.
That's 2.
Yes, sir.
Something really special there, guys.
Absolutely. His father is no longer with us, and he always refers to his father. And Mama, we're sorry you're not here, but check this out. Your son is now tied for second all-time in state titles in the state of Illinois. Robert Smith setting the bar pretty high. Nick Irvin now tied with Benny Lewis and Ron Felling. Tyrone Slaughter with a win tonight would also move into that second place tie.
And a who's who of coaching in the history of the state of Illinois.
And Nick Irvin sharing a hug and a handshake with Brad Underwood. Boy, am I glad to have your guy next year. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the work you've done with him for the last 4 years. Nick Irvin is an enthusiastic guy, but he's a humble guy too.
Oh,
I just
absolutely.
love interacting with him, and he's quotable, and he was doing a little politicking there too, because I don't think Mr. Illinois in basketball has been determined yet, has it?
I don't know.
I think the voting was just this weekend. I got a ballot myself, and I had.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it was, so I don't think it's not been named yet, but he's still politicking, saying Io is Mr. Basketball in Illinois.
He is a strong contender for the award. And you see Springfield Southeast in front of us. Coach Thomas has got his guys circled around him, and a little discussion about. And what you're saying here as a coach is, how does it feel? I want you to remember what this tastes like. I want you to know what this feels like. Because when I talked about it, when you're lifting weights in June, when you're out running stadium steps in July, when it's August and it's hot outside, and you're in the gym and you're shooting jumper after jumper, and you're doing the things that you need to do to win, remember this taste, because you don't want to ever have it again.
71-56, our final. Let's go to our award ceremony. North Chicago, our fourth place finishers, Gerald Coleman receiving his medal.
Coach Cheryl Coleman. Assistant coach Johnny Johnson. Assistant coach Jonathan Jones. Assistant coach Trendle Vaughn. Statistician Aaron Coleman. Scorekeeper Michael Berry.
Thanks a lot, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good one.
Manager Aubrey O'Brien.
Thank you, sir.
Manager Trevor O'Brien. Now the Warhawks players. 2, Ishawn Walker. Five, DeAndre James. Michael Waiters. 15, Sean Lamone. 22, Quincy Gilmore. 23, Alistair Richardson. 32, Dyshawn Gales. 33, Tyreek Cooper. 40, Rayshawn Samoa. 42, Ashawn Clinton. 45, Kenneth Pryor Richardson. 50, Ricky Irby. And 52, Pierce Coleman. Fourth place for 2018 in 3A, the North Chicago Warhawks. Congratulations. Coach Coleman and the captain step forward to receive the fourth place trophy, 3A 2018, North Chicago. And now for the third place, 2018 3A, the Chicago Heights Marian Catholic Spartans. President Vince Krydinski. Principal Steve Tortorello. Athletic Director Kevin Kelly. Certified Athletic Trainer Keith Miller. Head coach Mike Taylor. Brown. Assistant coach Joseph Barker. Assistant coach Jim Mendenhall. Assistant coach, Robert Novak. Assistant coach, Joseph Siegert. Assistant coach, George Shimko. Manager, Casey Taylor. Manager, Julius Burrell. And now the Spartans players, 0, Malik Tidwell. 2, Josh Smith. 1, Aaron Eulis. 5, Jalen Walsh. 10, Jordan Green. 11, Tim Jones. 15, Kari Lewis. 22, Alec Dinwiddie. 4, Elijah Jones. 25, Chris White. 30, Breon Hill. 32, Tolis Thomas Ilara. 40, Blair Crutcher. And 42, Jeffrey Harrison. Congratulations to the Spartans of Chicago Heights Marion. And now will Coach Taylor and the captains of Marion step forward to receive the third place trophy, 2018 3A. Next up, the second place, 3A, Springfield Southeast Spartans. Superintendent Jennifer Gill. Principal Lynn Williams. Athletic Director Fred DeVoe. Certified Athletic Trainer Tommy DeMare. Head Coach Lawrence Thomas. Assistant Coach Wayne Hamilton. Assistant Coach Charles Shanklin Jr. Assistant Coach Rashad Bradley. Assistant Coach Tyvis Gardner. And now the Spartan players. 4, Terrian Murdix. 10, Damon Davis. 11, Kobe Medley. 14, Dion Matthews. 15, James Dent. 21, Anthony Fairley. 30, Devin Blue Robinson. 31, Sergio Knight. 32, Stefan Sims. 33, Jordan Jones. 34, Michael Tyler. 40, Noah Doss. 41, Robert Hayes. And the scorekeeper, Brandy Bradley. Congratulations, the Southeast Spartans of Springfield, second place, 2018 for 3A. And now will head coach Lawrence Thomas and the captains of the Spartans step forward to receive the second place trophy. And now let's meet the defending champions, the two-peat champion, the repeat Morgan Park Mustangs. Regional Director of Athletics, Tony McCoy. Principal, David Gilligan. Athletic Director, Michael Berger. Head Coach, Nick Irvin. Assistant Coach, Lance Irvin. Assistant Coach, Rodell Davis. Assistant Coach, Terrence Johnson. Assistant Coach, Keithan Holmes. Assistant Coach, Kenneth Rogers. Assistant Coach, Dylan Watley. Statistician, Kwam Dasumu. Statistician, Marcus Watson Sr. Manager, Janelle Williams. And now the Mustang players. 0, Kyle Grover. 3, Cam Burrell. 4, Kevin Miller. 10, Tamel Pearson. 11, Ayo Dasumu. 15, Carl Jones. 20, DeAndre Freeman. 22, Marcus Watson. 23, Kenyon Dooling. 24, Deshandre Washington. 32, Ethan Anderson. And 44, Adam Miller. And now will Coach Irvin and the captains of the Mustangs step forward to receive the Class 3A 2018 first place trophy, the repeat Mustangs of Chicago Morgan Park. Congratulations.
All right, well, we we saw quite a weekend of basketball. North Chicago, a team nobody expected to get here, make it back to state after a 6-year absence. We saw a little glimpse of the future with Marian Catholic and with Southeast, and we see the continuing excellence of Morgan Park with back-to-back state titles.
Exactly, and I think what's fun is you see kids that are celebrating great basketball and celebrating the fact that they made it here. And now you look toward next year and say, all right, guys, look, what have we got? But look, this is what basketball, this is what sports is about. Look at how excited they are, how happy they are. On the other side, the Southeast kids getting ready for a picture. There aren't quite as many smiles over there. But you know what? When they go back to their school and present that second-place trophy, I guarantee you there's a swell of pride not only in the kids and the coaches, but the parents, the teachers, the staff. You feel pretty darn good. And it's a great weekend. You know, the only problem with this, it ends way too fast. This basketball is so much fun to be a part of. Thanks, partner.
Thank you, Tom Dorr. God bless you. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Yeah, it was quite a weekend for Southeast. Well, we just might see them back here again next year. Morgan Park continuing the streak. 2 straight and 4 state titles since 2013. Nick Urban, so enthusiastic. The love for his players shines through, and they win another state title. Morgan Park, your 3A state champion. So long from Peoria.